What's up, A1 trading community? Today we're going to be doing another analysis over S&P, US30, and NAS100. Usually we post these videos on Tuesday, but today we're switching things up, so I hope that's okay. But if y'all don't know already, we've been on this crazy historic bull run. It is just crazy right now. We are just a freaking bull, and you know, the people that have up the red things, like the red capes and stuff. Well, that bull is just knocking all those bears over that are trying to move out the way. It is crazy right now. So for today, I'm just going to be hopping over the charts and going over some technicals and fundamentals on how to get involved with this bull run that's happening right now. The best way I know how, and the best way that I would do it. By the way, this is not financial advice. Y'all already know I have to say that, but this is just my opinion on what to do when it comes to trying to make money in the markets when it comes to the indices. I don't say that enough, but I do need to say it because I don't know if some of y'all out there are taking my advice. Let me know if you're getting involved with my analysis that I'm saying, because I'm actually very, very curious if you all are liking it, or if you think I need to change something up, or if you disagree. Just let me know and let's have a discussion about it so we, can both learn on how to best play this, okay? All right, so let's hop over to the charts and let's see what's happening. All right, so we're going to start with US30. As you can see here from past analysis that I've done here on the channel, I have my support levels into place. I had a support level at 32947 and 32628. As you can see, I had an alarm set on 3268. This alarm never hit because we are on a bull run, as I said. Okay, so the crazy thing about this is that this trend line that I made in last week's video is actually being highly respected. Okay, now though price never touched it, it's kind of that same thing that I was telling you all. I like this right here. Let me extend this a little bit so y'all can see where this is coming from. All right, so price hit this level right here, which was around 26105, and that was on October 29th, 2020. And from there on, it's really been respecting this trend line. Price has really been bouncing, going below this trend line, going up through this trend line, etc. So that's why I really like this technical as a great way to see where price may be going next. So this trend line is definitely something that I'm using for my trading and how to get involved with US30. Now, as you can see, we are in a crazy uptrend, right? That's obvious that you can see that since, the pandemic happened and then we had that strong recovery. We have been in this crazy uptrend. Now, the thing about that, though, is that when we're in a crazy uptrend, there is going to be opportunities to get involved with that uptrend because I think price is mainly going that way. And it's obvious, okay? So, of course, what do we do? What do we do? What do we always say? Like, we don't want to buy at all-time highs. Yes, it can go higher, and yes, you can do that. But to my best experience is that we want a little discount. Whatever we can get the discount at, if it's 5%, if it's 3%, if it's anything. We're just looking for a red day so we can get involved on the move. So, my analysis is kind of the same that I've been telling you all from recent weeks, is that okay, let's look at the RSI, okay? So let's look here on the day, okay? Now, as we can tell, price is in that range where it's being overbought. So now we're going to have that moment, in my opinion, where people take profits because, got to make money, right? So someone's going to have to be taking profits out there, which in turn is going to make price go down. Now, hopefully, it's the big guys that are taking profits because that's what's really going to get this thing to move. Price goes down here, this is what we're looking for. We just want price to go below this trend line, possibly, and then we could get in on the action. We could possibly get in on it right here around the price of 33353.01 because price has historically touched that level. But mainly what I'm going to be looking for is going to be the same level that I drew here, which is 947.11, okay? Because price now, like I told you all, we are breaking records. So technically, US30, S&P, and NAS100, it's making new support and resistance levels that, we need to be on the lookout for. Because things are no longer the same, right? We're making history. So in terms of making history. There's going to be new levels that get involved, new things to look for, etc. Okay, now when it comes to fundamentals, now of course I need to do even more research on what's happening, but in my opinion, from what I've already seen on CNBC and just in general, is that, you know, the pandemic is continuing to be in the rearview mirror, and it's becoming one of those things where we're just opening back up to full capacity. And I mean the places that were a lot stricter than Georgia. If y'all didn't know, I'm in Georgia. I'm talking about California, New York, etc. Okay? So that's all coming into play, in my opinion, with the market. That has to do with these indexes and these companies within these indexes. They're starting to see better returns, more positive returns. Now, it may not be at the level of, you know, what it was at from a pre-pandemic, but they're definitely doing a lot better than they were in 2020. So I'm believing that that's continuing to come into play, and that's really continuing to help us out. Okay? And by the way, Nick taught me on A1 Trading, if y'all didn't know, you can also look at the COT reports. Let me pull that up. Let's look at the COT reports of the United States dollar, or I'm sorry, of US30. I think that's very important that we look at that as well. So as you can see, long versus short, 52% is long, 47% is short. Non-commercial, 59% are short and 40% are long. And this has to do with retail traders, non-commercial. And what do we always say when, you know, it's not to be mean or anything, but as we always say, it's like, do we always want to be doing what majority of the crowd is doing when it comes to trading? Probably not, because over, you know, 94% or 90% of traders, 95% of retail traders fell. So that's always an interesting thing to look at. And I mean, if we look at that, right, if we're looking at this 59% or short, if I open up US30, it don't look like something to get involved in on the short end. Yes, we had a red candle right here, but in my opinion, I wouldn't be shorting this thing. I would be looking for a buying opportunity. That's just my opinion. Okay, and then from here we can kind of see, as y'all see, we're very bullish on US30 here, and this is what the big guys are doing within the COT report. If you go to a1trading.com and you look at the prices and net positions, this is what the big guys are doing. Okay, so they're mainly, so this is non-commercial, this is commercial. So up, 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 down right here. We went down right here. And this was on the, November 2nd, 2020. And then we're going up from here. So very bullish on US30 right now. So again, my opinion is looking for that buying opportunity to get in. Now, let's look at NAS100. And this thing has just taken off. Okay, this thing has gotten into a rocket ship and said goodbye. All right, so this was the latest high that we were on when it came to NAS100. It was at the price point of 13916.46. Broke through that resistance, and now we're making, you know, higher highs. And if you look at the RSI here, it's kind of that same thing. We're gonna look for it. We're gonna look for it to be overbought, in my opinion. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We're gonna look for it to be overbought, in my opinion. Look at where we can get a nice discount, and then we're going to get involved on it. And I like this price. I like this price right here around 13899.10. And you can obviously do the previous price if you want, like if you want to get involved, like if it was to touch this again of that 13907.78. It's within that range. I would be looking to get involved because I don't know what NAS100 is going to do, you know, all day today, but it looks like from the day chart that we're going to have another good day from what I can see. 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart shows the same, in my opinion. So it's kind of, if you're day trading is one of those things, okay? If you're day trading, obviously it's going to be different because you want to get out on that same day. Day trading, what I always look at is 1 hour and 4 hour. Because I like to hold my day trades, you know, as much as I can if I'm going to just get out in that same day. So for day traders, it's kind of that same thing. We're kind of having this choppy motion right here on the RSI, and you can obviously see it's beginning to get a little bit choppy and sideways. So I would see, okay, when price reversed back and a good point to get in on. But again, you got to be careful because we're already like breaking records. This was the record that we broke, as I said. So now you want price to kind of, come back down here, I would say. I don't want to draw that on. Let's get our trend line here. We're going to want to look for price to come back down here if we can. If we can, that would be nice. Still under there. And looking to get involved around the range of 13955. To me, that's like a pretty nice discount if we can get that. That's where I would be looking to get in on, and then hopefully just riding the wave for the day if you're day trading. And if you're swinging, you can do the same thing, right? You don't have to sell it for the day. If that discount happens, you can just hold on to it to see where it goes, because it's obvious that we're in a serious uptrend and it is a bull market. And it's the same thing on the RSI. Even if we look at 4 hour, it looks overbought. Okay, so we might go back down when we hit 79.94 on the 4 hour. Now, if we look at on the day, this is the thing about trade. There's many time frames that you can be looking at, and that's why you all have to decide, like, how do you want to play this? Do you want to day trade or do you want to swing trade? As you all know, Nick mainly swing trades, okay? Because that just works better for what he does. Now, that may not work for you, okay? So you got to put, your circumstance into how you trade. So anyway, I'm looking for the RSI to hit around here if we're going to be swing trading this, okay? Now, if it hits here as well, you can also day trade that, okay? Now, if you are to day trade it, the exit, I feel like the exit now is kind of tough to say because I don't have a point where price hits. This comes back on how you want to trade. What are you happy for when it comes to a percentage gain? Okay, Nick looks for 3